Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Today I got my cousin Mike with me. Mike's been gaming with me forever. We've got a huge history with games, and I did mention before in a previous video that I'm going to be starting a series where we purge some of the video game collection, and Mike and I have a huge history with PlayStation in specifically. So I'm going to go through today the PlayStation 1 collection, talk about some of our memories with some of these games, and see if we can't purge the collection down by 10% or so. Let's get into it.
Alright, where are we going? Where are we starting?
Well, let's start right here. So, first game we've got here is
Gran Turismo 1.
Gran Turismo. This is the original. I would not get rid of this game.
That's what started me on PlayStation.
We are huge fans of racing games, Gran Turismo, the series in general. I absolutely love these games. They are a little harder to go back to now. I think my favorites... What are your favorites?
In terms of like the PlayStation 1 era, or like the older ones, I would say number 2.
Yeah, me
would
too.
Probably be my favorite, but this is the one that started it. This was the foothold.
2, 4, and 6 are really, I think, my favorites.
Yeah.
And then
I would agree.
Down here we actually have Gran Turismo 2, which I absolutely would not get rid of either.
Never.
So far we're 0 for 2 on the Purge. Try to avoid banging stuff on the table because it goes straight up the microphone.
Yes, sir.
So what do we got here next? Oh, here's a game you wouldn't really care about. Here's Wild Arms and Wild Arms 2. Now these are games I haven't played yet that I actually bought. They're JRPGs, so it's not really your style, like Japanese. But they're games that I really want to play, and I actually had to put a little work into finding these in semi-decent condition. They're
in good condition for the age.
They're pretty clean. There are a little bit of scuffs on the case. Thankfully, the cases can be cleaned up or replaced pretty easily. The artwork is in great shape. I think this one's maybe a little bit sun-faded. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
A little bit. Nothing major, though. I would keep those ones if you have never played them and you would spend some time trying to find them. That's a for sure
move those off to the floor or something as I move them over. So let's look. Here's something that would have been a favorite of yours. Syphon Filter 3.
I don't think I've ever actually played number 3. Number 1 and number 2 were iconic games for me way back when I was a younger lad. But I don't know. This is more my style of game, not necessarily yours.
Yeah, I never really got into the Syphon Filter. I bought
1 and 2 were great. Really good games.
I bought these initially to play with you because I know you own these and you like these. I have 2 here somewhere. I don't see it right now.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I couldn't find it either.
It's probably in the back stack. We've got about, 40, 50 games to go through here. But, so you say you haven't played that yet. So we'll probably keep this one...
For now,
at least give it a try, because I've never played that one either. So here's one that I have played and I enjoy. This is kind of a wacky platformer. This was actually most popular on the Sega Saturn, but it made its way over to the PlayStation 1. Pandemonium.
Never heard of it.
It's a really good platformer, like your typical Mario Spyro style game. And then
very cartoony looking.
Yeah, it is cartoony. It's
like Spyro-ish.
It's an early 3D platformer, right? So it's it's a little bit janky. It's, in a little ways, like the camera controls and stuff are kind of weird. But here's another game that we really enjoyed playing together, and this one is iconic: Ridge Racer Type 4.
I was never a big fan of this one in particular. Just that it was
the music and the cutscenes. That opening cutscene in there, where it's got the the chick on the street waving the flag to let them all go and everything. It was an amazing cutscene. You'd never seen anything like that in a video game. Early on the PS1, this was when the beginning of the cutscenes and stuff. And it just blew my mind.
It was the gameplay that I wasn't fond of, in my particular sense. If it was me, I know it's a racing game, and that's kind of like my forte. I would get rid of it.
Here's a couple of games that we did enjoy back in the day: Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah.
The old top-down styles. Again, I would never let these go. We're 0 for 10 here at this point, finding anything to get rid of. But, such great memories. And then moving on to the PS2 with Grand Theft Auto 3 was probably the one that we spent the most time with.
Yeah, I would agree. But those are iconics. I wouldn't personally get rid of them.
Here's another one that we've enjoyed together in the past, Jet Moto 2. I have Jet Moto 1 here somewhere as well. I wouldn't get rid of these either. I really enjoy these games were like really fast-paced action, eh?
Super fast-paced, fun. I like them. They're a futuristic motorcycle game, right? I don't know. This is another one. Jet Moto 1 and Jet Moto 2 were games that I played a lot of when the PlayStation first came out.
And it's crazy because, like, there's so many games here that I bought mostly to play with you. Like, we've got Driver here, which you absolutely love. I was never very good at this game. I mean, I found the driving controls really kind of weird in this game.
They were interesting. The thing I liked about this game the most is it's challenging right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because if you have never really played a racing game or aren't hand-eye coordinate, before you even get into the map, you have to go through like a tutorial doing like brake turns and like 360s around like a tight parking garage.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it can be quite tricky to get through it. So, no offense to you, but I don't know if you'd be able to do that by yourself.
Mike is the skilled gamer in the family. I'm more of a slow-paced, turn-based combat kind of guy, and platformers and puzzle games, and he's more of the action guy when it comes to the hand-eye coordination.
He knows the games. I just know how to play the games.
Well, there's Jet Moto 1. We don't really need to talk about that much.
No.
But
great artwork, though.
Oh, the artwork's gorgeous.
Cool.
A couple games. Here's one that I might consider letting go. This was a 3D remake of Missile Command, which is kind of cool to play like once, but I don't think I'm ever going to play it again. Like, maybe we should toss it in sometime and check it out. But
this is a game that you could probably just download now.
Well,
or
like
the old
like
school
I have
version.
it on my PS1 Classic on the, like, I'm pretty sure it's on one of my True Blue sticks that I bought there for, and same with this too, like Invasion from Beyond. Never played this. I've heard it's kind of like, campy 50s sci-fi movie sort of thing, but it seems like a game I could probably just play on my PS1 Classic. Never really heard.
I agree.
So those are two for the possible pile of stuff to purge.
We'll purge.
All right, here's some stuff I'm not going to purge. The original Xenogears. Amazing story in this. Absolutely a huge fan of this, and I would never let this go just because I have the entire collection. Like, this spawned two sets of spiritual successors. The Xenosaga games on the PS2, which I have all three of, and the Xenoblade games on the Wii U and the Switch. I don't really like the combat in the Xenoblade games very much. It's kind of weird and complicated, but I do absolutely love the art and the stories. So
it's totally your style of game, too.
Yeah. Well, except the action combat is super complicated.
Yes.
Got a bunch of Final Fantasy and other JRPGs we'll just move through real quick here. Final Fantasy IX I would not get rid of. That's one of the medieval Final Fantasies that I really love. Legend of Dragoon, haven't played it yet, but absolutely want to. Chrono Cross, played it, loved it. Again, another JRPG. Kind of got a pile of them here. These are definitely not going anywhere. Legend of Mana. Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VII. You can put those over there. They're not going anywhere. I think this is the other... Okay, so here's Syphon Filter 2. Mine is not in the greatest condition. The box is actually somehow backwards and stuff. I don't know, I gotta take it apart and figure it out. It's cracked and stuff like that. So you have a copy of this at home, right?
I do.
Yeah. So maybe let's put that in the Purge pile.
It is backwards. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
or...
I did that or what the deal is.
I don't even know how you would even do that.
And another one here that I think could probably go in the Purge pile.
Great
I think I
game,
picked
though.
this up for like $2. Battlestations. Apparently it's 2-player action with like battleships. Maybe it would be cool, but it's something I bought for a couple of bucks at a yard sale, and I never really put any time into it. It just doesn't really interest me.
That would interest me a little bit, but I don't know. Do you actually get to drive the ships, or is it just kind of like a point-and-click type style? Because those are not really my style.
I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll have to Google it or just stick it in and try it out.
Stick it in and try it out.
Alright, here's a favorite of mine from back in the day, and a favorite, we're actually going to do a Let's Play of this with my friend Robin.
Oh yeah.
Her and I really love this game. So I have this one, and then somewhere else I have the second Gex game as well, but I can't find it right now. I don't know what's happened to it. Maybe one of my kids has got it or something. But definitely going to keep that. Picked up this game because I thought it was pretty well thought of. This is a pretty rough rental copy that I picked up at like a variety store. I had the disc resurfaced at my local store, and it's, the disc is in pretty good shape, but it's covered in stickers and stuff, rental stickers on the inside, like everywhere, just stickers everywhere. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this. I do want to try it at some point,
what is
but
it?
It's Akuji the Heartless. It's kind of a barbarian sort of game, like an action hack and slash sort of thing.
Interesting.
Classic, iconic PS1 game, the original Bug's Life.
Oh, you can't get rid of that.
Can't get rid of this. This was so much fun, and the graphics are exactly like the movie. I mean, it was amazing at the time to play something like this that looked exactly like the animation, and like Pixar at the time, they were so far ahead of the curve when they came out with this movie. Like their animation looked so much better than most of well, not necessarily better, but back in the day, like seeing computer graphics like this that looked this good was just really impressive.
Yeah, it was good, and the game was
phenomenal. It was a great game, like a really fun platformer.
Yeah, there was some easy points, but then there was some pretty tricky parts too, if I remember correctly.
Here's a game I have zero interest in. I think I bought this just to check it out with you, but the driving mechanics suck.
I'm not a big fan of NASCAR. Like, hey, we're making a left turn.
Yeah.
Like, some of them, I played one, I can't remember what NASCAR it was, but it was a cheat you could put in back in the day, and you could actually turn your cars into, like, paintballs.
Yeah.
So, like, as you're driving, you could shoot paintballs. That was kind of fun, but it's not my style of racing, not my style of game. So, yeah, Purge. Goodbye.
Alright, so we're getting to the bottom half of the pile here now. So what have we got here? This is another game I picked up that I have not tried out.
Never even heard of that.
Never heard of it, but... Well, I did hear of it, actually. I think I picked it up on a recommendation from a friend of mine. It's got some interesting gameplay. It's kind of like... I don't know, like Metal Gear Solid sort of idea. It's not really like a Metal Gear game at all, but it's that same sort of gameplay.
Futuristic, over-the-top, first-person shooter type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, it looks interesting.
So here is a game that we are absolutely not going to get rid of. I don't know about that game. Like, I'm going to try it, I think, but...
Yeah, we'll put it over there for now.
So here's a game we are absolutely never getting rid of.
Never.
This represents memories coming out the wazoo.
Many hours.
This is one of the first games that Mike and I ever played all the way through together on my PlayStation 1. Parasite Eve. We've played this all the way through, at least 3 times over the years?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times for sure. We actually just replayed it, last year?
Couple years ago.
2 years ago now, yeah, 2 years ago.
And then we tried to get into Parasite Eve 2, which we did not play back in the day. But
that was the
controls and stuff are a little bit different in this game, and it didn't excite me. Like, I love the story and everything, but I didn't like the controls as much in this game, so we've had a harder time getting through it. We got like halfway through it a couple years ago and then quit.
Yeah, it's not that I wouldn't continue to do. I actually didn't mind the controls in this one. They were just more tricky for you, because it's kind of a back and forth. It's some of the old with some of the new.
Yeah. The
gameplay and the graphics and the story was really good and really fun, where you have to go around and pillage and find weapons and ammos and all that stuff. So that was fun. But yeah, it's definitely a not Purge. A definite keep.
So another one for the Final Fantasy collection, Final Fantasy Anthology. This collects Final Fantasy 5 and 6, as they were in the Japanese versions or whatever. So older, like Super Nintendo style games on the PlayStation 1. Really cool collection to have, because it's one of the best ways to play these games at this point.
Yes.
Other than, downloading them or something, which is convenient, but it's nice to have the physical copy for the collection. So these definitely do not get purged. However, I'm not a big fan of hockey games. What do you think of NHL 98?
I didn't mind that game, to be honest. The graphics are kind of, sloppy, but it's still a fun You know me though, I'm a sports guy. So
Yeah.
like, if it, especially hockey, if it's like baseball or football, no offense to any baseball or football people out there, but I'm a hockey guy.
Yeah.
Born and raised Canadian here. So
See, I don't mind like playing like a sports game once in a while. I actually enjoy playing a sports game, baseball, football, hockey, whatever. I'm just not into like the complete game, like playing a whole season or something. But
it's
to sit
time
down,
consuming.
but to sit down and like set up a hockey game and play for like 45 minutes, and as long as the controls are fairly simple, I find these are easier than the new games are so damn complicated.
Oh, yeah.
I basically can't play them.
No, this is basically just like this button passes, this button shoots, this button does this.
Yeah.
It can be kind of tricky at times, but it's still a fun game to put in, like you said, for half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, let's keep that one just to have like a sports game in the roster.
Yeah, because you don't have any.
Not really. Not on the PS1. Other than that NASCAR game.
That's
so
not sports,
what do we
though.
got here? Cool Borders 2. I mean, these are pretty epic.
Yeah, they're pretty good games. They're good to...
I think they really haven't aged all that well. Like, the 3D graphics are kind of glitchy and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember,
they are.
like, you kind of go down the hill and you get
You
up
can
on a
see
half
through the
pipe or
mountains.
something and you can, like, see through the mountain. Or, like, you get stuck, like, on a ledge that's not even there or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But
weird.
they're still fun to put in and play for, 5 or 10 minutes. Looking at the graphics here, the car, it's
Yeah.
square. It looks like cardboard boxes stacked on top.
Yeah.
But still, they're fun. Bring back memories.
Here's a game that I haven't played in a long time. I did play this a bit back in the day at a friend's house. I picked it up again. A lot of these PS1 games, like, I've been picking up for like $2, $3, $5, whatever. What are you doing?
Just bugging.
No. But Gauntlet games are a lot of fun. These are cool because they're like up to 4-player cooperative, so you can play at the same time.
There was a lot of that back in the day. Gauntlet Legends. Ooh, very old school looking.
And then I bought this solely because I love the movie. I have the game probably sucks, as most movie games do, but I bought it because I love the movie. A fantastic movie. So I haven't checked this out yet, but I think it's worth keeping until we give it a try.
Another rental one, eh?
Yeah, another rental copy.
Yeah, that would be interesting to... I didn't even know you had this one to check this out. Be fun.
And then we've got... this is another one of those arcade, like, 3D updates. I think this could probably go on the Purge pile.
Yeah. I think
it's
most
another
of
one of these games where it's like, it's a gimmick, where they did like a 3D update to the original Asteroids. You play it for like 20 minutes and you basically never need to play it again.
Yeah. I find most of the games like this are... I mean, the graphics look pretty cool, but...
Oh, it is cool, but it's like, how much time do you want to spend playing an arcade? Like, I'd rather pay the original one, with the vector graphics and stuff.
Yeah, I agreed.
It's like, same with the Missile Command. You play it for 20 minutes and then you've basically, been there, done that.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over and over.
Dune 2000 is a game that, again, I bought this based on the Dune franchise because I love the books and I love the movie. And, it's basically like a strategic 3D, warfare style game. Like, check this out. It's like, kind of like Command and Conquer or something like that, where it's like, kind of an overhead view. And so I'd definitely like to check that out at some point, although that may be a game that I would rather play on my PS1 Classic, to be honest.
Yeah, if you can get it there, yeah, for sure.
Pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I've got it already.
Well, if you've already got it...
You know what? Put that on the Purge pile, because I would like to, get rid of 10%, give or take.
We have not.
No. Oh, and here's a second copy of Missile Command, so that can go right on the Purge pile. X-Men Mutant Academy. I really enjoyed these games. It's basically an X-Men fighting game. I do enjoy, hand-to-hand fighting games, and X-Men Universe is one of my favorites, so that's a keep.
It's a different one other than your typical Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. No idea what this is. I bought it because it looks cheesy as hell, and I think I'm going to purge it because it looks cheesy as hell.
Action Man? What is going on here? You know what? It's probably actually a really fun game.
You know what? It could be one of those so bad it's good games.
Do you want to hang on to it, or do you want to get rid of it?
Let's hang on to it for now. We'll check it out, and then,
Because you never know. Like, just looking here, it could actually be interesting, but it could be like the controls are so out to left field that it's not enjoyable.
Yeah. Here's a game that I would not purge. MegaMan X4 is a game that I really got a lot of fun out back in the day. I spent a fair bit of money buying this because I owned it back in the day and I sold it like an idiot. And the prices on the PS1 MegaMan games have just gone through the roof lately. You know, 50, 60, $100 for some of them. So
and Mega Man games are fun too. They are a game that you can stick in for, you know, an hour and play.
Yeah,
no problem.
And I do not have the entire trilogy of the Spyro games, but I do have here Spyro 2, which was a pretty good game, and I would not get rid of that for sure. I mean, there's nothing needs to be said about Spyro. Everybody knows and loves Spyro.
They're actually pretty challenging.
Yeah.
As you get further on.
Another game I really enjoyed back in the day, and this is another shitty-looking rental copy. I wish I had a better copy of this. It's sun-faded. It was kept in the front window at the rental store. It's got stickers all over it, tape all over it, stickers all over the inside. But again, I did have this disc resurfaced, and it does work, so definitely looking forward to playing this at some point because I have great memories of that back in the day.
Yeah, they're a good game. Basically like a rip-off of Jurassic Park, essentially.
Basically, but yeah. Down to the last two games here, and these are also keepers because these are a lot of fun. These are Activision Arcade Classics. From the 2600 for the most part, the Atari 2600. So there's a really good collection of, I don't know if you can see some of the games on the list here, but what's on it? Boxing, Chopper Command. God, I love Chopper Command back in the day. Crackpots, Dolphin, Dragster, Enduro, Fishing Derby, Kaboom, Ice Hockey, Grand Prix, Frostbite, Freeway. Quite a lot of good stuff. And then the other one that's pretty similar is the Atari Anniversary Edition Redux, and this is really well thought. Actually, I think Scott the Woz mentioned this game as being one of the better ways to play some of the older Atari games. It includes 12 Atari arcade hits. Sorry, I gotta hold this way too far away from me, but Asteroids. See, this is a better way to play Asteroids. It's the original.
The original.
Battlezone, Black Widow, Centipede, Gravitar, Missile Command, Space Duel, Super Breakout, Tempest. So, really good collection here, so I would not get rid of that. So, pull up that Purge collection and see how many did we manage to get rid of?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but technically 6 because there's 2 missile commands in there.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a start anyway, so that can go in the trade-in box. I mean, what I'd like to do is get enough of these filler games weeded out over the course of 5 or 6 of these videos to actually go and trade for something really cool. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around with us, and thanks, Mike, for coming on with me.
Thanks for having me.
I do want to get you back for the PS2 and the PS3 collections at some point, but I'll probably have Kaz in here to do Wii or Wii U or something like that first, and then we'll go from there.
You gotta remember, there is still a couple of games in the pile you kept that you're gonna play and might end up purging those as well.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 or something. But anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe because I try to put up at least 2 videos a week. So stay classy, guys.
Take care.